this video, you'll learn how to create and use markers in Timeflow to manage sections of time. Markers define key points in time, useful for organization and editing, as well as defining regions and go-to points for interactive applications. The display of markers in the view may be turned on and off by pressing the marker toggle button or using the shortcut key M. No markers are created by default, so first we'll go over how to add markers. To add a marker at the current time, control-click on the marker icon in the top menu bar, or alternatively, use the keyboard shortcut Control-M. Another way to set markers is in the inspector, and a quick way to get there is to click on the Axon Genesis logo. Then scroll down and expand the markers section. Here you may manually add new markers, setting their name, time, display color, and other options. One useful tool for creating markers is the Generate Markers button, which creates new markers at specific intervals of time. This is often helpful when setting up a new scene to break up the timeline into sections. Note that this operation does clear any existing markers. You can also use the Assign New Colors button to randomize marker colors for existing markers. Back in the Timeflow view, we can select a marker by clicking on its arrow icon. Note that markers do not support multiple selection and can only be edited one at a time. If unlocked, markers can be moved by clicking and dragging on them, and snap to the grid by holding the Alt key. A selected marker can also be deleted by pressing the Backspace or Delete key. When a marker is selected, more information is displayed for further editing in the info panel in the lower left. Markers can be enabled and disabled by toggling the stopwatch icon, and locked or unlocked by toggling the lock icon. Holding the Control key while clicking the stopwatch, lock, or other toggle switches applies to all markers at once. If the Show checkbox next to the name is enabled, the marker name is displayed as a label in the Timeflow view, which can be helpful to provide a brief description for each section of time. If the Tint checkbox is enabled, the marker region and time up to the next marker is displayed in the color selected. This is a helpful visual cue to remember which section of time you are working in. The tint slider may be adjusted to set the color opacity. You may hold the Control key while toggling the tint section to apply the setting to all markers at once. When you are finished editing markers, it is often helpful to control-click the lock icon to lock all markers to prevent accidentally moving them while working in the timeline area. Some other helpful tools in the info panel include the ability to set the work area to the current marker, or click Go To jump to the marker time, and use the arrow keys to select the next or previous marker. Back at the toolbar at the top right of the window, the left and right arrow buttons can be used to step through the markers in sequence. This automatically frames each region of time in the view and sets the current time to the marker. You can also use the keyboard shortcuts Alt-PageUp and Alt-PageDown to step through markers. The following drop-down menu offers another way to quickly jump to a specific marker listed by name or to view the full timeline. You may also use the keyboard shortcut Alt-1 through 9 to jump through each marker in order, or use Alt-0 to view the full duration. These commands are also listed in the main menu under Tools, Timeflow, Jump To. In the next video, we'll go over working with related keyframes.